How's it going, YouTube? Prisco YGO here, coming at you with another deck profile. So, it's been a while since I've actually done one of these, but the topping deck list from my locals that I hold every Friday well, we're going to start doing them again. Past couple weeks I haven't done them just for other reasons. But anyways, today I have with me here Silent Nova, who was our first place winner. And we're going to go ahead and show the deck profile. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, it's Silent Nova or Silent Nova 95 on Twitch. Give me a follow if you want to check out my content. I'm going to start streaming again here pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Pretty much playing this deck all the time now, so you know, if you want to check out more on Earth Machines, definitely come check it out. Shout outs.
Yeah.
I'd like to shout out ATG Smitty Plays, Logan JYA, Grim YGO, or Andrew Dolich, as he's known on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Prisco YGO for hosting me for this deck profile.
Ooh, thank you so much. All right, so
and also running a great locals.
Oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. So let's see the spice. Your record, if I remember, was we had 4 rounds, 4 rounds,
yeah.
And you went 3-0-1, correct? 1 tie.
Yeah, 3 and then 1 draw, which I forced him to draw. He didn't want to, and he drew because I made it so he couldn't hit my life points.
That was really. I remember watching that and thinking, "Holy shit, that was fun." All right, so let's see this. Let's see the spice, my man. Let's take a look at what you got here.
Alrighty, so we played Infinitrack or Machina Infinitrack Trains, otherwise known as Dozer Control.
Okay.
It's a pretty fun build to play. It's a lot of grinding. It's very control based, and I thoroughly enjoy playing it.
Nice.
It's like a control deck without that many traps.
Okay.
All right. So to start it off, you got the 3 Infinitrack Harvester. You know, Stratos of the deck, just way too good. Helps manipulate levels.
Okay.
It's pretty good. We play 1 Anchor Drill.
Ooh, just
basically,
one?
It lets you make rank 9s. I don't know. The card's super weird in the deck, but you play it because you can make 9s, make VFD first turn. No one expects it.
Okay. I don't think I saw you make VFD at all yesterday.
No, I could have. There were a bunch of times when I just had this guy in hand and one of the level 5s, but it just wasn't the right play because I had this guy in hand and that's full combo.
That's very true. Okay. Cool.
Let me play 3 Infinitrack Brutal Dozer. Basically, the heart and soul of the deck. The card is nuts. It lets you get any of your other 5s. You should play 3 others.
Okay.
It locks you to Earths, but that's not really that big a deal because everything you're summoning is Earth. So not too bad.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Play 2 Trencher. It's a monster reborn in the grave. Really not that crazy versatile. If you see it in hand, it's not the worst either. Just because you know if you can get it to grave, you're gonna reborn whatever other Infinitrack.
Makes a lot of sense.
And then you play Infinitrack Harvester, just 1. It's Pot of Avarice. You can recycle this card from the banished pile, so it's really just pluses everywhere.
Okay, cool. I didn't even listen. I don't know how to play against this deck, so when you were playing it, I'm just like, I don't know what to predict. I don't know what to stop. So it was very when you started doing that, I was just like, yep, this is broken. All right.
Yeah, you just get way too much advantage, and your opponent's just like, where do I drop Nibiru? Where?
Pretty much.
Because I think I was playing against somebody, and he dropped Nibiru too early. And I just said, activate Trencher, continue on playing.
Yeah.
All right, and then we play 3 Machina Meta Cruncher. This card is essentially another copy of the Harvesters.
Okay.
So basically, both of them let you add Infinitrack Brutal Dozer to hand. I guess Metal Crunch is a little more versatile. Basically, it says reveal 3 Earth Machine monsters from the deck and then randomly add 1 to hand. So basically, you could grab any Earth Machine, not just an Infinitrack. So definitely a lot more versatile.
Okay.
You play 1 copy of Machina Fortress, probably my favorite card in the entire game. Is the first deck I ever picked up was the Machina Madness deck.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, I've had this one guy since that day.
I remember back in the day, there was like this 3-pack of structure decks that came with Machina Madness, the Cyber Dragon structure deck, and a Ancient Gear structure deck. And that was like I started messing with machine decks for a while, and even though I'll forever be a Lightsworn player, machine decks have always been up in my top 5 as far as my favorite decks. So seeing this was very fun to watch. It was also very hard to watch because I didn't know what to fucking do.
Yeah, usually playing against this, I'll combo for 10 minutes and then pass to you.
Yeah.
And I'll just end on a link too. And it's just confusing.
And just
You're like, where did all the combo go?
Exactly. But yeah, that's cool, man.
So Fortress and then his big brother, Machina Citadel. Probably one of the most ridiculous cards in the game, I think. It's like, what's the prank kid? What's the big prank kid?
The Link 4 or
Battle Butler.
Or are you
Battle Butler?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is essentially Battle Butler, but it Monster Reborns itself.
Makes sense.
It's so good. I think people don't realize you can do a lot of plays with this because it doesn't have to destroy the card it targets to destroy everything.
Mm.
So if you have something that can't be destroyed by card effect or whatever, unaffected, any of that, it targets that machine, and if that doesn't die, then it still blows stuff up.
That's pretty cool.
It's kind of ridiculous.
I didn't know. So it just has to target. It doesn't have to destroy.
Correct.
That makes a lot of
sense. So as long as that monster can be targeted, it doesn't matter.
Interesting.
Super Express Bullet Train. So yeah, this is the train portion. Bullet Train and Heavy Freight Train Derricane.
Okay.
Bullet Train basically creates an infinite loop with another card in the deck. And Derricane just acts as a chain blocking card, kind of like Noctivision for Dragon Link.
Nice. Okay.
And if somehow you have both in hand that first turn and a normal summon, I mean, you're just going to make a Super Dora.
Makes sense.
We have a 1-inch gearbox. Okay. It's part of the combo. It's basically free card advantage. Nothing really to say about this. I wish they would make a super rare out of this card.
It would be nice. It would be nice to see.
I think most players would hate it, but I personally would love it.
I mean, I'm most of the time I'm a fan of the really weird super rare reprints that we get out of OTS packs. Most of the time I like them. The Force Tricks reprint from OTS, I think was 14, was really nice because I like Force Tricks. It's one of my favorite cards. And then people were just like, yeah, I needed a reprint, but it wasn't necessary. I'm just like, no, I'm happy about that. Although I still play Ultras. Ultras are nicer.
Yeah, for sure. We play Triple Ash.
Yep, standard.
I mean, just an overall great hand trap and just very generic. Pretty much hits every deck in the format.
Yeah.
Some matches it's stronger than others, so you make your own choice on whether you side this in or side this out.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 Nibiru.
Okay. Not bad ratios.
I know
actually.
some people might think it's weird that there's 2 and not 3, but it's one of those flex spots, and I'd rather play 40 than 41. This is the only cut I wanted to make.
Makes sense.
Yeah, this deck has a pretty easy time dealing with boards, breaking boards, so I wasn't really that worried about getting just locked out of the game. So two work for me.
Okay.
All right, and now we're on to spells. So 3 heavy forward. Card is absolutely nuts. Adds an Infinitrack to hand. And then the other effect that people don't pay attention to is you can once per turn you can target one machine exceeds monster you control, and then either change its battle position or attach this card to it as material. So I think in one of the games I used Zeus, activated one of these, added the card to hand, and then attached this to the Zeus as material.
Oh shit.
Because Zeus happens to be in a machine exceeds.
It's very true. Never thought about that.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. And I think one of the most broken cards they ever made for a machine deck. Basically Rhoda, but on crack. If you discard any card, you can add 2 Machina monsters with different names from each other from deck to hand. But if you discard a Machina card, you can add 2 Machina cards. So that difference between monsters and cards is huge because the trap that Machina plays is actually really, really good.
Okay.
So just basically 6 copies of Rhoda for the deck between this and heavy forward.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Then we play 2 copies of Urgent Schedule. An amazing going second card. I've only had like a couple instances where I can play this going first. If my opponent gammas me, I can activate this card because they're going to control more monsters.
Okay.
And then Nibiru.
Mm.
If they manage to like have something that can't be that's unaffected by card effects. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Makes sense.
And we play the Spell and Trap out just in case there's like Floodgate I can't get rid of. Feather Duster is probably more impactful than playing Lightning Storm, so.
That's fair.
I guess if I have to elaborate on that, Feather Duster doesn't have that face-up cards restriction that
it doesn't have the same restrictive clause.
Yeah, so this is always going to be live versus Lightning Storm, which isn't.
Yeah.
All right, and then now on the traps.
Okay.
So we play. I'll just lay them all out. Double Torrential, double Punishment, double Dynamiscus, and then double of the Machina Overdrive.
Yeah, the punishments was definitely real spicy. When I saw you
no
drop
one expects it, man.
Yeah, when I saw you drop that, I was just like, holy shit! All right, this is downhill really quickly for his opponent. So yeah, nice to see that.
So just to elaborate, we're playing 2 of everything just because I'd rather see the variety, kind of like the mindset that OCG players have, which is you want to see that variety versus like maybe Torrential's really good against Virtual World, but I'm not only playing against Virtual World.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it's more accounting for like the widespread matchups that you see at locals. So this will change up if I go to a larger scale tournament.
Yeah.
But Torrential, just a great card. Punishment, just nuts as always.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really care about the extra deck locking restriction because you have such good boss monsters in the main.
Yeah.
And then Dynamiscus, another spell and trap out. Also just good against like Eldritch. You just banish the Lord and they kind of just pass turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 Overdrive. So for those that don't know what this does, you target a machine monster you control. Special summon 1 Machina monster with a different name from that machine from hand or deck, and then destroy the targeted monster. So this card can just immediately pull out strong cards like Machina Fortress or Citadel from the deck. No problem. And they still have their effects. And then when this card is in graveyard, you can banish it, to shuffle 3 Earth Machines back into the deck. So basically, the cards that you banish a lot, like the Infinitrack Harvester or Trencher,
Yep.
you just shuffle them right back into the deck to use again, and then draw 1 card.
Nice. Okay.
All right, let's move to extra. All right, so because we're playing the punishments, we play 1 Entis.
Yep. Makes sense.
Just super, super generic. Just great for clearing boards.
Okay.
Play 3 Goliath.
That's actually a lie. He's playing 20 Goliath.
Yeah, so this is another card you want to recycle a lot. There was one game where I summoned Goliath, I think 9 or 10 times. It's just so good. Every time you have this in the extra monster zone, and you have one of the other Infinitracks in graveyard, you'll just keep searching every turn, or keep popping cards every turn. So it's just generating you tons of advantage.
Yeah, makes sense.
We play 1 Ancient Gear Ballista to search out the box.
Yep.
That's about it. It has another decent effect, which is pop a spell or trap. So like the you pop a face-up spell and trap that you control, and then, or sorry, does it have to be face-up? Double checking. No, it does not. You just target a spell or trap you control, pop it, and then change 1 opponent's monster's attack and defense to 0.
Nice.
Comes up sometimes.
Okay.
We play 1 double-headed Anger Knuckle, a card nobody has seen before, but it's such a good grind card.
I've seen it, and never bothered reading it, and don't know what it does.
Don't worry about it. It's realistically, all this card is going to do is recycle the Bullet Train, and Bullet Train's great because it grabs you a card from the graveyard. Okay. So every time that they're like, oh, they're going to attack Anger Knuckle, you just say, well, before you enter battle phase, I'm going to use this effect, send this to grave, get the Bullet Train. Okay, you want to attack Bullet Train? I'm going to add this card back to my hand.
Makes sense.
So it's just a good resource loop. And then onto the Infinitracks. We play Infinitrack River Stormer and Infinitrack Earth Slicer.
Okay.
So River Stormer is almost basically one of the best cards in the deck next to Goliath. So River Stormer says that you can add or send any Earth Machine monster from your deck to the grave.
Okay.
And then Goliath is a loop with both of these cards, because when Goliath's on field, whenever you control a machine link, you can tribute that link to special summon one of these cards in defense. Goliath will then activate Engrave to target that Xyz monster and attach itself to them as material.
Oh.
So every turn, you basically get a free search, or in Earth Slicer's case, you get free pops.
Nice. I actually didn't realize that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's all about
resources,
abusing
man.
that mechanic.
Yeah.
We play 1 Dingirsu. There's only one way you can make a rank 8 in the deck, and he's just the best one to play.
Yeah, he's also a machine, and he's a free send.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I said he's also a machine, and he's a free send, so, I mean, it's pretty... Yep. It makes a lot of sense.
And little known fact, he can attach any machine to himself. So if you have banished machines, he can attach.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I knew about that. That's actually really funny.
Yeah, so most people don't read it, and they just think it's Orcus cards, but it's any machine.
Mm-hmm. Good
So
loops, brother. Loops.
Yeah, exactly, loops. We play 1 Enter Blafnir. Just a Dragoon out. Not really anything else. It's just Dragoon out.
It's an amazing card. I don't care what anybody says.
I mean, it rips cards from hand. It banishes cards from field.
It does whatever you want it to do, man. It's a great card.
And then, of course, because we can make the rank 9s. We got to play the VFT.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's just the most ridiculous card I think we've seen in a long time. and as long as it's still playable, I'm gonna continue to play it.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good, man.
Every time I play it, my opponents are like, "What the hell? I didn't realize you could do that."
Yep.
And then we play the train boys.
Okay.
So the one I find myself making most often is Super Dora, just because of that loop I was talking about with Citadel. So Super Dora makes itself unaffected by card effects, or it makes other cards unaffected by card effects.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I was saying, with Citadel, it doesn't have to destroy. So you're just going to target the Super Dora,
Yep.
which has 3,200 attack, chain this effect, make it unaffected, and then Citadel is going to wipe everything that has 32 or less.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild, man.
That's really, really solid. And then I guess we have the Gustav Max for time.
Yeah.
I don't really find myself making this that often. And then we have the Juggernaut Libe, just to OTK. It's cheese. And the new secret printing is beautiful.
I agree. It's pretty nice.
All right, and then we play one Zeus. This is the only deck that I know of that you can just hard summon Zeus.
I mean, yeah, it's what, 2 level 12s, and your deck doesn't really have a problem putting up some level 12s, right? So
No. We just go Infinitrack Harvester and like one of these two. We'll literally just make Zeus.
yeah.
Because Harvester will just copy, or not copy, but it'll target the other monster,
Mm-hmm.
and then both of their levels become the combined levels of the two. So
Yeah.
2, 10, 12,
Overlay make Zeus.
Zeus on the first turn.
Yeah, that's actually pretty nutty.
I don't know. That's why every time I do it, people are just like, "What?" I just get the response of "What?"
Yeah.
And then side deck, I can explain my choices here. So we've been seeing Virtual World everywhere. So triple Lancia.
Yep. Makes
Card
sense.
is end your turn, please.
That one is pretty self-explanatory, to be honest.
Bell, I
Yep.
think it's just like the Lancia. It's good against Virtual World, Drytron. It's kind of just, it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Triple Droll and Lock kind of explains itself. Good against Dragon Link and Drytron. Basically ends their turn.
Mm-hmm.
For dealing with boards, Triple Dark Ruler. I have the droplets, but in this deck, you don't really want to get rid of your hand.
Yeah, makes sense.
You want to be able to make your plays. So definitely Dark Ruler was the better choice. And then to complement the Harpy's Feather Duster, Triple Twin, 1 red reboot.
Okay.
Simple as that.
So why twin instead of like cosmic?
Well, I think the life point cost, because this is a control deck, is kind of steep. Twin basically lets me get more bang out of playing one card.
Okay. I mean, I guess that makes kind of sense. Yeah.
So it's just more impactful than one single cosmic would be.
Yeah. Okay.
At least I always end up finding twin more impactful.
Yeah, and then the red reboot is also pretty self-explanatory. Back row decks fucking suck, so.
Mm-hmm. So like with the I guess versus cosmic, if we talk about Virtual World, this is like kind of just as good, because even if you banish their Virtual World traps or spells, they're still gonna get it back with Nyan Nyan. So
yeah,
either or works.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And then against like, if you chain this against like Altergeist or Subterror, they kind of just cry.
True, very true.
Mm-hmm. And then this card's almost always going to be live if you have cards in your hand, versus Cosmic, which may not be live if you don't have enough life points.
Okay, pretty cool.
Yep, and then Red Reboot is self-explanatory. So
awesome. All right. Any final thoughts, last-minute shout-outs, or anything here before we wrap up?
Yeah. Final thought is trains go brr. No, just kidding. I mean, trains go choo choo.
Yeah, man, that makes a lot of sense. And so actually, before we wrap up, I just want to talk about your matchup. So what you went 3-0-1, 4 rounds of Swiss, and what were your matchups yesterday?
Okay, so my matchups yesterday were, I believe, round one I played against.
Was it Invoke Dogma?
No, it was the Invoked Dogma player round one,
Okay.
and that just involved continually outing Megaclops via just the big extra deck stuff.
Okay.
And I think I made Zeus once, Dora once, and then Earth Slicer once.
Makes sense. And then what was round two? The round two was what I don't really remember.
Let me see. Round two, I played against. I believe I played against Virtual World.
Okay.
And that was kind of simple. He has no idea what my deck does. Made a VFD and passed. I just set a couple cards, like set some traps and passed it back to him. He tried to go full send, and I think I just flipped torrential
and then yeah,
on the summon a Shen, and then proceeded to make my board. So he couldn't do much from there.
Okay. And then round three, if I'm not mistaken, was the tie, correct?
Yes, and that was with Eldritch.
Okay.
So with Eldritch, we only played game one. I had Ash for every single Sanguine. And then I think he just couldn't deal, because I kept like resource looping Tunneler and the Trenchers. Or shoot, that's not Trencher. Tunneler and Trencher with the Machina Overdrive, and I was starting to outgrind him. So if we had gone on for longer, I probably would have won game one.
Nice. All right, and then round four is where you went into time, and time was called during your opponent's draw phase. I remember that. So
he was big mad.
Yeah, he was kind of mad about that. I remember. And
he said he was gonna have game. I said you can go to battle phase, but
yeah, and then it was a really that was a weird situation to say the least. So, but I don't remember what he was playing. I think he was playing Shaddolls.
No, he was playing Shaddolls.
Yeah. And that was an interesting matchup to begin with anyway. So, either way,
it was basically he would go nuts, make board. I would say break board. He would pass to me. I would try to go off. He would stop me. So it just went back and forth like that for like 5 turns.
Yeah, I kind of remember that a little bit. I was hopping in and out of other games as well. But yeah, so that is going to wrap up today's deck profile. Guys, remember to go ahead and check out Silent Nova's channel. I will link it down in the description below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as well. Drop a thumbs up if you feel like we deserve it. And I hope to see you in the next one. Remember, stay hydrated, stay healthy, all that good shit. And, stay goofy as well. Shout out to Goofy Gaming, my one of my sponsors. He's a really good guy. Love him to death. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. My name is Prisco YGO, signing out. Deuces.